I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A new effort will begin next week to speed up the COVID-19 testing process in Flagler County. John Arking reports.
As of Monday, 2,404 residents have been tested, more than meeting the 2% goal that officials had set for themselves by this point. Flagler County Health Officer Bob Snyder says for the last 3 weeks, the Advent Health Lab has been what he called the workhorse lab, and their volume has been overwhelming.
So we're going to start a new phase of testing next Monday, where the Department of Health contracted lab called Northwest Labs will be the lab used, and contractually they have a deliverable of giving us test results within 3 to 4 days. Many people have asked questions about, I haven't gotten my test results from the Advent Health Lab testing operation the last couple of weeks. And that is simply because the overwhelming amount of volume has been identified and surfaced for this lab in Texas. So they're trying their best to get those lab results out, because we're waiting for them ourselves at the Department of Health.
Snyder says that testing will continue through the month of June at the Daytona State site, as well as at the Health Department and various urgent care centers. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
We're seeing a decrease in the amount of COVID cases, which is a great thing.
But that decrease doesn't mean we can let our guard down. Palm Coast Fire Chief Jerry Forte.
We are still recommending the face mask. These recommendations are for people to follow as guidelines to protect fellow citizens from catching whatever the other people have. So if I have a illness and I'm walking through a store, if I don't have a face mask, sputum and other air particles are going to cause other people to catch whatever it is.
Forte admits, though, they can't force people to wear masks.
The reality of the situation is this: people will do what they want. So if there's a young individual who's healthy and they feel they don't want to wear a mask, we are not going to force them to make a mask. There's no way we could do that. The actions of those not wearing the mask may be of little consequence to themselves. The vulnerable population in the city, it's a very big deal.
He encouraged store owners to stand up for vulnerable populations like the elderly and those with underlying health conditions and require masks upon entering stores. A Palm Coast man faces rape charges. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies arrested 21-year-old Quentel Moultrie Wednesday after they say he sexually assaulted a juvenile over the age of 12. Deputies say the assault happened last year when the victim was visiting a friend's house. Deputies say Moultrie had left the residence but later returned and entered the room where the girl was sleeping and assaulted her. Deputies say DNA evidence ties Moultrie to the crime after the girl sought medical treatment following the alleged sex assault. Moultrie denies the allegations. He's being held on $100,000 bail. A Jacksonville couple faces charges in connection with a road rage incident in Flagler County. Tony Magoo has the details.
Tuesday morning around 11:30 on I-95 northbound, a 911 caller called the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. We have Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley with us this morning.
The allegation was that the occupant of the vehicle had pointed a gun at another driver.
Deputies located the vehicle and stopped it in Palm Coast. The driver is identified as 26-year-old Kelvisha Johnson and the passenger as 24-year-old Reuben Washington, who was handling a rifle in a threatening manner.
There was an arsenal of weapons in the vehicle, between an AK-17 with multiple loaded magazines and other pistols.
Washington was charged with trafficking, possession, and also carrying a concealed weapon. Johnson was charged with possession of cocaine and marijuana, and also carrying a concealed weapon.
This is another great example of see something, say something, call us, and give us the information, and we'll take it from there.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
Has anybody been hiring during the coronavirus pandemic?
The CEO and president of CareerSource, Flagler Volusia, says yes.
While all industries were facing layoffs, all industries were also hiring.
Robin King said that while it depended on the businesses within the industries like healthcare and manufacturing as to whether there were jobs or no jobs, she said that some people have had trouble turning off the reemployment assistance since they've been called back to work. For others, though?
So the layoffs that we've seen so far, it looks like about 9% of those layoffs are permanent. Temporary layoffs was definitely the vast majority.
If you're unemployed and you're looking for work during these difficult times, contact CareerSource Flagler Volusia at 386-313-5602. Tomorrow, does CareerSource charge for their services? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.